Hey, how are y'all doing today? My name is Smokey, and welcome back to another life story. Before we get into today's video, I just wanted to let y'all know that next week's upload is going to be insane. I did some stuff to the car, so next week's upload is going to be a car-related video. That'll be Friday the 27th, so keep an eye out for that. But I did some crazy stuff to the car. I think y'all are really going to enjoy it. So today's life story is about the time that a guy tried to sell me and my buddy a joint and a taser. Now this story takes place back in April of 2018. I was 16 years old and this was at Myrtle Beach. For spring break, it was my buddy, my mom, and my grandparents, and we were gonna go down to Myrtle Beach for like a week. My grandparents were actually already down there because they had a camper, but they always kind of stayed in that. They did a lot of camping, especially, we used to do like campgrounds and stuff like that, but then they ended up moving that down to the beach, and they seemed to enjoy that a lot more, especially because like the campground would set it up for you and everything, so it's not even like you got to tow it there. You could just leave it there and just pay some storage fees. But they were already down there, and so we ended up leaving school like right when school got out. We drove the long, and I mean long ass drive. I think it was like 11 or 12 hours just to be able to get to this beach. Actually, we didn't even make it the full way the first night. We ended up stopping, I think like 3/4 of the way or halfway, just because my mom was so tired she couldn't drive anymore. And I remember we stayed in this hotel. My buddy and I actually ended up going down to the lobby, like where like little breakfast places. You know what I'm talking about. You ever stayed in a hotel? You know what I'm talking about, like that little like breakfast area, type vibe. So we went down there because my mom didn't know that I dipped at the time. I'm like, yo, come with me. We're gonna go downstairs. I'm trying to remember the excuse that I gave. I think it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get some food or something. Like there's gonna be fucking food open at it was like 11, 12 o'clock at night. But so we go down there. I think I probably bought me like 5 or 6 cans of dip with me, because like if it is not a great time when you run out of nicotine, especially on a trip or any type of vacation, and when you're that young, there's no other way for you to buy it. So it would be a rough fucking time if you ran out. I don't really remember anything too unusual happening when we got there. Pretty much just throw your shit down, set up, chill out. Like that was, and then maybe go walk on the beach for a little bit. That was the extent of what we did, like the first day we got there. But there was one day in particular that we went to a place called Barefoot Landing. Now it's like this like big shopping place where it's also like on a lake, and there's gators and stuff like that. It's really cool. If y'all ever go down to Myrtle Beach, I highly recommend going to Barefoot Landing or Broadway at the Beach. Both of those are really good options. But so my buddy and we ended up going to Barefoot Landing, and we were just walking around. I remember one of the stores we visited was beef jerky outlet. I remember getting some venison jerky. Oh, that shit was so good. Doesn't at all compare to like homemade deer jerky, but still, nonetheless, it was better than nothing. The other store I remember we went into is like this gag type store where they had like, I remember we bought this fucking fart spray. Nasty. Some of the nasty shit I've ever smelled in my life. If you've ever like smelled fart spray, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That shit fucking reeks. But we ended up going into this other store. This store sold like t-shirts, like it was like custom t-shirts and stuff like that. But behind the counter, in the little glass case, there were some tasers. There's a couple, other miscellaneous things. I don't remember exactly what they had in there. It's been a long time since I've been in there. But we were just kind of looking around, we were just kind of joking, but we were like kind of thinking about buying, he buys a taser, I buy a taser, and we were going to go out on the beach and go play taser tag. We thought that was a great idea. Honestly, probably do not recommend that. It's probably very dangerous. Do not do that. End up putting one of your friends in a cardiac arrest or some shit. But so we're just kind of sitting there, we're just kind of looking around, and the guy behind the counter, he goes, yo. He's like, you want a taser? I'm like, we're just kind of looking. He's like, tell you what, I'll sell y'all both a joint and a taser. But here's the catch. The deal walks out the door when you do. So we just kind of look at each other, and I'm like, no. I'm like, so a little bit of backstory. My grandfather's actually used to be a police officer and had been retired. When I say that, like, when we stayed in this small little freaking camper, so if you were to smoke, I mean, him already knowing what weed smells like, Like 100%, we were just fucked. But to make it even worse, that it's such a small confined space that it was like fucking Snoop Dogg had just plopped right down on the couch and just kind of vibing. That like that's what it would have been like 100%. So I look at my buddy and I'm like, nah, don't fucking get that, dude. There's no shot that you can get that. You're gonna get us both in trouble. I know. Smokey sounded like a pussy right now. I'm sorry. But it was kind of, I mean, there was a little part of me that kind of contemplated it just a little bit. Although, to be honest with you, that joint was like probably CBD. I can almost guarantee you it was like a CBD type joint. There was no way in hell this dude just had like a regular fucking pre-roll back there. I remember, I think they were like in a case or something too. He was gonna like sell us like this pre-roll and this Tazer. Like I said, there's no way it was an actual joint. It was probably like CBD or some shit. But so we end up turning it down. I remember we actually almost thought about going back in there later and being like, yo, is the deal still on the table? But we never did. It was unfortunate. The only other thing that really happened that was fucking hilarious, it was honestly hysterical. To this day, I still laugh my ass off when I think about it. But we bought this fart spray, right? So we took it back to the camper, and it's like it's nighttime, like everybody's asleep. And I go over and I pull it, I go over to the bag, I pull it out the bag, I just spray it, just go tss, tss. And my mom was like sleeping like on the other side, 'cause there's like two couches. This is like kind of how this camper was. There's a couch on like the left side, and there's a couch on the right side, and they were probably like, I don't know, 7 feet apart or something like that. But I just did 2 little sprays and it filled up the entire fucking room. So just with a little bit of fart spray, filled up that entire little camper. Imagine what would have happened if you would have lit up a joint and just walked in. Just walked right back in after smoking a joint on the beach, rolling back in like some Cheech and Chong type shit. Wild. But safe to say, my mom was not very pleased with the fact that this camper now smells like absolute fucking dog aids. Like, it smells like straight dog shit up in this camper. I remember she was so mad, dude. She was so mad. She was yelling and screaming. She fucking took the fart spray, dude. She threw that shit out. Oh, she was so livid. It's been a long time since I've seen her that mad. But hey, when you're younger, when you're a young teenager, when you're a teenager, you do some stupid shit and you are an absolute little asshole. But be nice to your parents. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Is try to be nice the best that you can. They try to do their best to provide for you. So I just want to take the time at the end of this video just to thank y'all so very much for watching this. I know this one's been a little bit shorter, but it means so much to me that y'all took the time out of your day to just come and spend some time with me. I really don't think that y'all understand how much that truly means to me, that I really, do have people that support me and people that love the videos that I make, that they're willing to just kind of sit down here for, 10, 15, even 20 minutes sometimes with my really, really long videos, that they've just kind of just sit here and, just kind of chilled with me. It truly is such a great feeling just to be able to actually give at least one person a smile. That means so much to me, just to be able to at least make one person's day better. But thank y'all so much for the support on these videos. Like I said, that new video with the car is coming out real soon. I can't wait for y'all to see that. But as always, y'all take care, and I will see y'all in the next one. Smokey out.